Let's go to the mail. I want to do a plus two. Just I talked about that. Well, actually, we'll get this is in the mail. I'll get to it in the mail.
All right.
So the first one is from Luke Smith, our boy from Down Under, is going to lead it off here.
There he is.
Leading off like Ronald Acuna. Hey, boys.
Nice.
Since Konnan filled us in about Meltzer, Tony Khan, Omega, and MJF all refusing being blocked from coming on the podcast, I have a follow-up question. When AEW first started up, they constantly painted this picture that the wrestlers could book their own angles with creative freedom and do whatever outside projects appearances they wanted without asking permission. A few years on, and what's happened? Large portion of the talent want to leave. Now they're stopping their talent from appearing on podcasts the company doesn't like. I want to do a sidebar here. It's funny. They'll still do business with Konnan, but they won't let their guests appear on our podcast because I'm on it. Jesus Christ. I have a difficult time thinking that I'm dealing with adults here. You know, it feels like if you're not vocally pro AEW, then you get put on their enemy list. The show was called Keep It at 100. I just can't fathom how thin-skinned some of these guys are. And if they actually listen to the show, I'm sure the perspective would change. Maybe. My question, do you think there's more chance of Konnan having some WWE talent appear on the podcast in the future than AEW? WWE for years would never allow it, but AAA seems to have a different perspective. You've already had talent like Ray and Dom and R-Truth, among others from WWE, appear on the show, and the discussions have always been great. Was any pushback from WWE after having those guys on? And that's from our boy Luke Smith from Brisbane, Australia. Konnan, you can answer this first.
Well, let me say real quick, when John Morrison made a quick cameo when Taya was on, he lost the tag titles the next night on SmackDown or something. So that could be construed as a little pushback.
Yeah, but if you are an indie wrestler and you come on our show, you're probably going to get a job. That's our boys, the 2.0, can attest to that.
Yeah, if we want to give you the rub, we can. If we want to give you the hex, we also can.
Right.
So one of the questions was maybe
how about working? Is there a chance maybe in the future we can get more WWE talent on the show?
Yeah, obviously that's not up to me, but they've never given me any problems because I think they know we're boys, So and plus Hunter did something that I've been wanting to do for maybe 15, 20 years, which was to get Ray, to have Ray to send a video. Mm-hmm. And in Triple Mania, Hunter let him send a video and he opened up the show. So that was a big thing right there, So you never know. I think he's got a different mentality, Well,
I just don't see how anybody can look at our show and any guest that we've had on that works for company and it hasn't promoted him. Like we've never ever buried anybody. Like who have we ever buried? Besides Don Callis, but he deserves it.
Right.
Next is from Ben, and the subject is...
Bro, here's the thing that they don't listen to a lot of them don't listen to our show. Somebody tells them or they read something that's out of context, like that thing you were telling me about the algorithm with Sportskeeda.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. So I think they're computer-generated articles.
Right. And I've had people reach out to me and go, hey, what the f-? And I always tell them the same thing. I go, how come you don't ever call me when I put you over? But you do call me when I criticize something I don't like, which is not personal, Right. And what was the other thing that I always tell them? But that's definitely one of them that I always tell them. And plus the other thing is, bro, I criticize my own company. Nothing happens. The company didn't fold. People didn't stop coming, but you gain credibility.
Yeah, people just want to be pre-adored. They don't want any criticism.
Right.